These practice tips are all about how to practice, what it should sound like, and what you should be doing. Probably the most important thing is to make sure that you practice with purpose, that you have a goal in mind. What is it that you plan to accomplish today in your practice? Be reasonable. Just little steps will make a big difference over time, but try to accomplish something in every practice session. So what should practicing sound like? If it sounds like a polished, beautiful performance, it's probably not really practice. Practice should be kind of ugly to listen to. Lots of going back and fixing things, lots of stopping to figure things out. There might be quiet periods while you're counting something up or while you're figuring something out. But if it sounds really good, it's probably not real practice. Okay, so imagine this. A student is trying to learn something new, and they play over and over and over and over again. They practice 20 times going through this until they finally get it right, and then they stop. Okay, if you really think about that, they've now practiced it incorrectly while they were figuring it out 20 times, and they only practiced it correctly once. The next time they sit down, what's most likely to happen? The most likely thing is that all of that wrong repetition is what is going to come back to them. That's the part that they're going to remember. So the thing to remember is you practice until you get it right, and then do it again and again and again. So we've got to make sure that our number of correct ones starts to out-tally the ones that were while we were still figuring it out. There's a saying, a lot of people like to say practice makes perfect. But the truth is, practice just helps to cement whatever you've done over and over. If you practice it wrong, it's going to be wrong, and that will become more permanent. So we want to be careful when we're practice. Give yourself room to experiment and make mistakes and have time to figure it out. But once you do have it figured out, once you know what the right notes are, once you've got the right way figured out, do that over and over so that that's the thing that you remember the next time you come back to the piano. Okay, so when you're practicing, remember it doesn't have to sound perfect. In fact, it probably shouldn't sound perfect. Practicing means a lot of repetition. It means giving yourself time and space to work things out. And it means that once you do get it right, you're going to play it over and over so you can work out all the little bumps and pauses and get really good at it. I hope that answers any questions you might have about how to practice, and I hope these practicing tips have been helpful to you. Until next time, happy practicing.